I looked at the drunken lad, and he looked at me. Or maybe not. He looked like he was passed out now. Aha, we had one strange way of recruiting people. So tell me, where did you pick him up? I said, pointing at the drunk lad. Well, we found him in a tavern, but don't worry, said Ludwig, swaying on his feet as he tried to reassure me. Right. Thanks for that, I said, forcing myself to get up so that I could sober up my two mages. Torin refused to allow me to do that, though. He said that he drank to get drunk and not to get sober right away. Oh well, his choice. Alcohol apparently energized him and inspired him to work harder. It also sparked his creativity, which in his line of work was important. At first I even thought that Torin had a split personality. He was a different person when he was drunk. But no, when I conducted a diagnosis, he was clearly one and the same person. It's just that when he was sober, he was depressed, and when he was drunk, he was full of life and vigor and could move mountains at will. Don't worry, we're smooth operators, trust me. Giovanni picked up the thread for Ludwig. We penetrated our world, made our way to a familiar city, and there we found this boy, the mage said proudly, sticking out his chest as he nodded at the lad. I couldn't find any fault with this, which was truly offensive. If what my 3 earthbenders were telling me was true, this kid was truly worth the effort. Although young, he'd already attained the status of a senior teacher. He still had a long way to go to become a magister, but just the same, he deserved only praise. True, he wasn't very experienced, and his source was still poorly developed, but already I could see this kid had a great future in store for himself. He had a lot of promise. After questioning my mages some more, I learned all the details about how they'd managed to get the lad to join them. They didn't want to tell me about the portal itself, but they described their drinking bout. They went to some city, found a tavern favored by the local earth mages, and sat down at a table. It was the innkeeper who brought the kid over, saying that he wanted to earn some extra money. This was even though the mages had masked their identities as best they could, so that the locals wouldn't know them, as they were rather famous magisters. After all, not many earthbenders had attained such a stage in their development. To rise even higher, well, that was all the more noteworthy. From a junior to a senior? That is quite a leap. It's an oceanic difference. At the initial stages, ranks and degrees are given out easily. Just master a couple of complex spells and you move from student to apprentice. Keep at it for a couple of more months and you'll find that you're now a junior teacher. But after that, it gets a lot more difficult. Needless to say, it's quite the feat to become an archmagister. This takes decades, and for some people, hundreds of years. For the vast majority, a lifetime isn't long enough for them to attain such a feat.